Hi, this is Guy. Today I'm going to talk about how to use a 20-gallon hose end sprayer. I'm going to be using this one, but they all pretty much work the same way. The advantage to using one of these sprayers is that it allows you to apply liquids that are too thick to be applied with a hose end sprayer that is adjustable. You know, the ones that look like this. I'm talking about applying products like Talstar P, Bifenite T, Taurus SC, as well as other pesticides that will not dispense properly in those adjustable hose end sprayers. The problem with adjustable hose end sprayers is that they do not do well with thick liquids. It doesn't matter how much you dilute those pesticides, the siphon tube does not pick up the concentrate correctly, and you end up spraying a lot of plain water instead of pesticide. Another advantage to using 20-gallon hose end sprayers is speed. You can apply pesticides with a tank sprayer, but using a hose end sprayer is way faster. Finally, these sprayers are very affordable. I purchased this one for about $7 on Amazon. Now, before I begin, I need you to understand that I am not going to show you the same way of doing this as everybody else. I think virtually all the videos out there are going to tell you to measure the area to be treated and then work at the speed needed that will allow you to apply the right amount of pesticide for the target area. I don't do it that way. With my method, you just fill the sprayer and start working. It's that easy. So, if you have been confused by how to use a 20-gallon hose end sprayer, then keep watching. I'm going to make this super easy for you. And I promise that you will not see this method used by anybody else, and after I explain everything, this is going to make perfect sense to you. As always, if you find this video to be helpful to you in any way, then please consider subscribing, and don't forget to hit that like button as well. It would mean an awful lot to me. Okay, let's get right into it. The first thing you need to know about 20-gallon hose end sprayers is that they don't always put out 20 gallons. I mean, they call them 20-gallon hose end sprayers for a reason, and that reason is that they are supposed to dispense 20 gallons of finished solution if the sprayer cup is filled to the top. The truth is, though, that these sprayers don't always work that way. So, the first thing you need to do is figure out how much finished product your sprayer is really putting out. So, let's start with that. The first thing you need to do is measure out 5 gallons of water. Sometimes you can find a 5-gallon bucket that is already pre-measured at the 5-gallon mark. However, if you're like me and you do not have a bucket like that, then there is a simple way to measure out 5 gallons. Simply get a 1-quart measuring cup and any container that will hold 1 gallon of water. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to use a 1-gallon milk container, but any container that will hold 1 gallon or more is going to work nicely. We know that there are 4 quarts to a gallon, so simply fill the 1-quart measuring cup to the 1-quart line and pour it into the 1-gallon container. Just do this 4 times, and you have a gallon. Then take a Sharpie and make a mark at that 1-gallon line. Pour 5 of these 1-gallon containers into the 5-gallon bucket, and you will know where the 5-gallon mark should be. Just use a Sharpie to mark this spot on the bucket. Now, pour the water out of the bucket, and you are ready to start unraveling the mystery of the 20-gallon sprayer. For those of you who only speak metric, just do the same thing, but use the metric system. Fill the sprayer to the very top, screw on the top of the sprayer, and then start shooting water into the bucket. Fill the bucket to the 5-gallon line, and then dump the bucket onto the ground. See how many times you can fill the bucket before the cup on the hose end sprayer has drained completely. In my case, I got lucky and I was able to fill the bucket exactly 3 times. This means my sprayer does not put out 20 gallons. It puts out 15 gallons. Now, your sprayer may put out a different amount, which may not be an exact 5-gallon measurement. So, if you do not exactly fill the bucket to the 5-gallon mark, then start pouring water back into the 1-gallon container to see how many extra gallons there are. You may come up with 16 gallons, 19 gallons, or whatever, or you may even go over 20 gallons. But regardless of what it is, just make a note of it so that you will know how much pesticide to put in the sprayer. I will explain how that works in just a minute. Now, sometimes you do not want to apply the maximum amount that the sprayer will allow. For example, my sprayer puts out a maximum of 15 gallons, but I may have a job that is much smaller than that to do, so maybe I only want to apply 5 gallons. Well, this is pretty simple to figure out. Simply fill the sprayer with water all the way to the top and dump it into a measuring cup. Look to see how many ounces there are in the measuring cup and then divide by 3. Now, you could just take the manufacturer's word for it that the sprayer holds the amount that they say it holds, but it doesn't hurt to check. In my case, the manufacturer claimed that the sprayer holds 32 ounces, and that is exactly how much it will hold if you fill it to overflowing. But your sprayer may be different. Some sprayers may hold a little more than they claim. Anyway, since mine holds 32 ounces, 32 divided by 3 is 10.66. So all I need to do is measure out 10.66 ounces, pour it into the holding cup, and then make a mark at the waterline. That will give me the 5-gallon mark. If I add an additional 10.66 ounces, that will give me the 10-gallon mark. Now that you have this information, the rest is pretty simple. You will notice that on the other side of the sprayer, it shows you measurements in ounces. While that looks really convenient, it's not the best way to do it. I think you are better off measuring a pesticide with a measuring cup because the measurements on the sprayer are not in individual ounces. I like this measuring cup because it will measure small amounts and the writing is raised so it won't wear off over time. So if you wish to make 5 gallons of finished pesticide, measure out the amount of pesticide that is required to make 5 gallons. For example, if you wish to apply 5 gallons of Talstar P, it gets mixed at 1 ounce per gallon of water. Therefore, you would put 5 ounces of product in the sprayer, then fill the sprayer to the 5-gallon mark. When the product is dispensed, you already proved that it is going to hold 5 gallons of finished product. If you wish to apply 10 gallons of finished product, simply add 10 ounces of Talstar P and fill the sprayer to the 10-gallon mark. If you want to apply 15 gallons of finished product, add 15 ounces of Talstar P and fill the sprayer to the top. If you are using a pesticide that is less than 1 ounce per gallon, then it's just a simple math problem. For example, if I'm using Taurus SC, it typically gets mixed at 0.8 ounces per gallon. So, if you want to make 5 gallons, multiply 0.8 times 5. 5 times 0.8 equals 4, so add 4 ounces of Taurus SC and fill the sprayer to the 5-gallon mark. If I'm spraying Bifin XTS, that gets mixed at 1/3 of an ounce per gallon of water, so if I want to make 5 gallons, then I would add 1.66 ounces of product and fill the sprayer to the 5-gallon mark. 1/3 times 5 equals 5/3, or 1.66 ounces. It's just that easy. But keep in mind that your sprayer may hold more or less liquid than mine, and it may dispense the liquid at a different rate than the sprayer claims. So make sure that you do the math for the sprayer that you are using. If you are treating a hard surface like a sidewalk, driveway, the side of a building, and that sort of thing, you can move pretty quickly because the spray is going to put out a lot of pesticide. But if you are treating grass, you want the pesticide to get down to the soil, so you need to move much more slowly. Don't worry about how much product you are dispensing or how many square feet you are treating. Just work at the speed necessary to apply the amount needed for the surface type that you are treating. And that's all there is to it. Again, if you found this video to be of help to you in any way, please consider subscribing. And don't forget to click on that like button as well. It would mean an awful lot to me. Thank you so much for watching. Be well, my friends.